Hi, thanks for joining me today, and we're going to have a look at how to make my rocket favour box. So what you'll need is your printout. So one rocket box will print out on one letter size or A4 sheet of cardstock. You need scissors, glue, and also to score along the fold lines you'll need to use a ruler and an X-Acto knife or any other sharp object that you can make indents along the lines. And to attach the flag to the top, a toothpick. So let's start. So what you'll need to do first is cut out all of the elements on the printout. Okay, so now we have all the pieces cut out. So this is the rocket body, the rocket top. These are the 4 fins that will attach to the sides, and this is the small flag that will attach to the top of the rocket. So the next thing we need to do is score along the fold lines. So the fold lines are all of these grey dotted lines. And the reason we score along the fold lines is just to make a nice, sharp, clean fold. Because of cardstock being quite thick, if we try and fold it, it gets a bit dented, it doesn't fold smoothly. So in order to make some indents to score along the fold lines, we take a ruler and we take our X-Acto knife or any other sharp object. So first of all, we place our ruler along each of the fold lines, just like that. And then we take our X-Acto knife and we make an indent along the line. You don't want to do it too hard, because if you do it too hard, you'll actually cut it off. We just want to make an indent, not actually cut the pieces. Okay, so we just do that along all of the fold lines here on the rocket body. Okay, so you see now that I've made scores along all of the fold lines, how easy it is just to press and they'll fold nice and crisply. Okay, so we can just fold all those to make our rocket body, and also the base. I also did the fold lines there. Okay, and you can just see how nicely that all folds into shape. You'll also need to make score lines along the rocket top, just in the same manner, and also on each of the fins, just to help those fold nice and neatly. Okay, now that we have all of the fold lines scored, we fold the box into shape, and we're actually going to glue the sides together to start forming the rocket body. Okay, so on this grey tab, just add some glue. I just use a glue stick, which is really super easy to use, but you can also use any other form of glue or double-sided tape, whatever you prefer. Okay, so what we're going to do first is just glue those 2 sides together to form the rocket body. So I'm doing this upside down, so it's a little bit tricky. Okay, just line up those edges. Okay, and press that into place. And now what we're going to do is just close the base of the rocket. So we're going to take that plain flap, just place that in there. That just makes it a little more sturdier. And then we're going to tuck in these bottom flaps. Actually, we'll put some glue on just to make it stronger. So we'll add some glue to the plain base flap. Okay, and then what we're going to do is push that in first. And then we're just going to tuck in these edge flaps of the base. We're just going to tuck those inside. And then push that in so it sticks to the plain base. Okay, so just take each of those flaps and push them in. You might want to just apply a little bit of pressure with your fingers on the inside just to make sure that the base sticks to the glue. Okay, so now we have our rocket box closed. Now what we need to do is attach the top piece. So as you can see, we've scored along all those lines. Just fold that into shape. Okay, also fold in the little tabs. Now what we're going to do is attach this side to form the rocket shape, the top of the lid. So again, we're going to place glue along that grey side tab. Okay, so now we just bring those together. So we've just formed a closed rocket top. Okay, just press that into shape so it stays there. Okay, so now what we're going to do to attach the lid to the rocket, we're actually going to take just one of these side sections and fold it up towards you so the printed coloured sides are together. And we're actually going to use that to place inside to attach the top to the rocket. Okay. So place some glue along there. And then we're going to attach that to one of the sides. Just line that up. And that will keep our lid attached to the rocket box. Okay, you just want to press that into shape. Okay, so that makes a nice little flap. You can see the lid opens and closes like a hinge by just gluing that side tab to the inside of the rocket box. So then you can actually put in all of your treats and your goodies, your sweets, treats, space party theme favours. You fill up your little rocket box, and then to close it, you simply just tuck in all of these extra tabs inside. And that will keep a nice firm lid. You won't need to do anything else. Okay, so let's just get everything into shape and push those all in. Always a bit hard to do this upside down. Okay, and then you now close it. If you like, you can actually also add a dab of glue or a transparent circle dot sticker if you just want to keep that firmly closed. But usually there's enough pressure for it to stay closed itself because it's quite a tight fit. Okay. So there you have the closed rocket box. So now we just need to add the little details. So we're going to take the side fins. Now this time you're going to fold the printed sides together. Okay, so we'll do that on each of the fins. Fold the printed sides together. Okay, so we'll do that with all 4 fins. And then what we're going to do is attach 2 fins together. So you want to make sure that you take 2 fins that are matching. They're the same, sort of they're mirror images of each other. Okay, so on one of the fins, you're going to put glue all over the fin and the tab. Okay, and then we're going to attach the opposite fin piece, so we've got a back-to-back fin. Okay, so we're putting 2 fin pieces together back-to-back. Okay, you just want to make sure that both of those little tabs have glue. Okay, so you can see there, back-to-back fin piece. So we're just going to take the little flaps, the coloured flaps, and we're going to place that over the edges of 2 of the panels. So you're going to have one fin will be on one side and the other fin piece will be on the other side. Okay, so you can see there how the fin looks on that. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. Okay, so we're going to put glue all over the back of one of the fin pieces. And then we're going to take the mirror image fin and we're going to place those back to back. Okay, so you've got the fin, double-sided fin. Okay, so then on one side, the other side. Now just put glue, make sure you've got enough glue on those strips. And we're going to do the same. Okay, so along this edge where you've got some white spaces there, we're going to straddle the fin across where those 2 side pieces join. Okay, so your fin's going to be hanging over one side and the other side. Okay, so now you have the 2 fin pieces straddling on the opposite sides of the box. Now the last thing to do is our little flag for the top of the box. So what we're going to do is just bend over the last section, just a little bit of that last section, because we're going to wrap that around a toothpick. Okay, so then you want to just put some glue on the back of that little flag, and then we're going to place the toothpick in the middle of that and just wrap around the flag and push together so the glue sides stick. Okay, and then we've got our little flag. And then what you can do is just poke that into the top. At the top of the rocket there should be a little hole there where all the pieces come together, and just poke that in, and then you've got your little flag at the top of the rocket. You can push it all the way down if you like, or leave it standing up a little bit higher than the rocket. So here you have the final rocket box. So that's all for today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.